Oh, where you watch? Look where you watch. Know where you watch. Choose the right thing to watch. And this enough to watch. Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gargan, Facebook and YouTube. And that enough to watch. The movie star fly take off from Palpatine TV said that. Boom!
A big sound, a play a big tune.
Ja Holy Emmanuel, I woy. Ja Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. Well, Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther and the ancient monarchy where come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from me tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I see, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, not every...
Blow, Mr. Gargan, blow! Blow till me dance up me toe!
This is Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gargan. Good, healthy food with the X Factor. So give it a like, share, subscribe, and touch up that notification bell. And that is it. Look at that.
But them change it along the way little by little and put it where they want to put it. That's why them have a governor general, you know.
Since I became Prime Minister, small boat crossings are down by a third. That's because we've doubled MCA funding, increased enforcement rates, closed bank accounts, deported 24,000 people, processed more claims, and, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to border control, there is a crucial difference between us. We want secure borders, he's happy with open borders.
We need to go back because they have to really follow that trend because them honor the British rule. And it's supposed to be the same type of parliament. Deliver me from my enemy, my God. Set me an eye from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity. Save me from the bloodthirsty men. For behold, the lion wait for my soul. The mighty gather themselves together against me, not for my disobedience, not for my sin, Lord. I have done no wrong, yet they are ready to attack me. Rise up, behold, and help me. You, Lord God of armor, the God of Israel, rouse yourself to punish the nation. Show no mercy to the wicked, traitor, sealer. They return at evening, howling like dogs, and prowl around the city. Behold, they spat with their mouth, so they are in their lips, for they say, Who art us? But you, Lord, laugh at them, you scruff of all the nation. O my strength, I wish for you, for God is my high tower. My God will go before me with his loving kindness. God will let me look at my enemy in triumph. Don't kill them, or my people may forget. Scatter them by their power, and bring them down, Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them be catched in their pride. For the curses and lie which they utter, consume them in wrath, consume them, and they will be no more. Let them know that God rules in Jacob to the ends of the earth. Selah. At evening let them return, let them howl like a dog, and go around the city. They shall wander up and down for food, and wait all night, if they ain't satisfied. But I will sing of your strength, yes, I will sing aloud of your loving kindness in the morning. For you have been my high tower, a refuge in the day of my distress. To you, my strength, I will sing praises, for God is my high tower, the God of my mercy, Selah.
Now them a flip now. Now them a flip back, my people. Flipping back to say, oh, them have to put it on all and all of these kind of something with people. Me say, no man, you never see them a kind of sitting here. This a really daytime drama. Them are really days of our life, and as the world turn. Prime Minister flip, Speaker flip, Water Minister flip, the Transport Minister flip, Papa J, the spokesperson where they have him a flip. Lord have mercy.
Up and running, up and gunning. Sticky Stucky Sweet TV, Keith Gargan. Cassava, passava, man over matter, up and running. Yeah, man. Well, right now, today we are talking a little about the British politics and the Jamaican politics. Because the British politics and the Jamaican politics supposed to be same regime, okay? Same settings. It's supposed to be. And it used to be like that one time. But them change it along the way, little by little, and put it where they want to put it. That's why they have a governor general, you know. And every setting we see at Jamaica House or Parliament, they're supposed to do the same thing as where the British Parliament do. Because the same thing, set up on the same thing, because remember, you know, Jamaica ruling a British. Right now. I want them to talk about Republic and things like that, but that's a different thing completely. But it's one thing with the English Parliament, you know, the Speaker can be Labour, can be PMP, but them can't bias. Them can't bias like and them can't, they could never have somebody, a Prime Minister wife of England, be the Speaker. That could never happen under no circumstances, you know what I mean? And then again, you know, as I'm saying, it's the same regime. But where? But since Anna Andrew Wellness government, it worse and worse. Because what them do, them suit themselves, them put things to suit themselves, which is unconstitutional anyway, and people can't wake up and the opposition really asleep. They must agree with it as well, because they might do the same thing. There's nobody that change nothing, as far as me see. Because when we say go on, there's not like that in Jamaica. You're supposed to have a Prime Minister question time, you know. One day of the week, you're supposed to have the opposition go toe to toe with the Prime Minister. Because you kind of happen, but them try, to me, I see that fade out, right? I don't see that go on. So, I see nobody talk about it, whether the opposition or nobody, because it look like what good for the goose, good for the gander. And that's how them really run around the country and run down the country. Because that's why the Labour Party get away with so much thing. Because even Peter Phillips, them have a toe-to-toe sometime. But it's supposed to have a real Prime Minister question time in Jamaica. A special day for that. Just like England. Every Wednesday you have a Prime Minister question time where the Prime Minister and the opposition go toe-to-toe, and that's it. And throw some punches and who get the knockout blow. And that's how you say, well, then you can get and see which politician on the back foot. And that is where you see politics really wake up and nice. But no, not in Jamaica. And it's worse in Jamaica now, because the parliament is so unbalanced. True foolishness. So it's like anything come, the opposition have to take it. But it have to be changed. And people have to look into this thing. Because at the end of the day, it can't be no democracy running that circles like that. When people do things like that, we have speakers who are really married to the Prime Minister who lead the country. Then she can do what she wants to do and not tabling things and rating. That can never happen in England. And them are ruling in England. So that's why they want to come out and be a Republican fast, quick and fast. And people don't say all them things there. People don't say them things there, you know, because them know say time will catch up on them and them will break the code. And that lazy little guy, when he the Governor General, when name, when I'm busy when want to name, that scumhooging little guy, him know the rule and him a break the rule as well, because him bigger than the Prime Minister. Him are the governor of the country. Him are the ice in the country. And some people don't really, you know, the thing is this, you know, so that's why I say sometimes when people fool it down and things like that, you know. A lot of people don't know, say, in Jamaica right now, things that the Governor General is just a small, a simple little man. But then no one say he's the powerfulest man in Jamaica. He have to pass everything. They have to go and see him. Because, you know, he represent the king, you know. So he's higher than the Prime Minister. Although nobody no vote for him, but he elected to be there for a certain time. Because you remember, you know, you have different Governor General, you know. So some of them are really elected by not merit, but by choice, right? So in at the end of the day, the parliament now run good. Because there's no question to the Prime Minister to hold him accountable for certain things. You know, all over the place. So they're not working from the book of what they're supposed to work from, and there's no overseers there to put them in line, because it's like the two party will go with anything, because as I'm saying, what good for the goose, good for the gander. So them not really pressure that for really have that. But what's going on, I don't know. Because I know personally that's how it's supposed to go. But nobody saying nothing about that. That is a part of the Constitution as well. So that trample upon. It's supposed to have a question time every week, whichever day they want to choose. But England is on Wednesday. You have Prime Minister question time, and you see blood show from all different corner, and you see who win the day, and then people get wiser, and that will be more exciting. But they don't want that. They just want to go around. That's why I say Jamaican politics can't really, because everybody is asleep, you know. And it's a gutter politics, because them honor the rule of England. Because remember, you know, England, anything they go to the Privy Council, just like Cartel other day and things like that, the highest court of the land, you know, will represent everywhere. So that's what me I try to talk about. So when it comes to the politics now, it's the same regime. And this, when I say regime, the same guideline where happen in England, the same thing happen in the Parliament of Jamaica. No less, no more. The same thing. But them undermine it. They massage it. Them do everything. And people really left in the dark. But me I try to open up some people eyes and let them know, say the Governor General is the most powerful man, the powerfulest man in Jamaica. Put it that way. Yeah. 10 times powerful man, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is just there to represent the people and things like that. Because when a Prime Minister win, you know, the Governor General will swear them in, you know, and approve of that, you know. It's just like when the king, when a British Prime Minister elected, they have to go to the king and him approve them. So the same thing. So this man represent the king. What name? The Governor General. Because I don't have interest in him name, because he's like a scoomaging brother. And him one of the corruption, him one of the big card of the corruption shit what go on, you know, because he passed everything. Zozo, state of emergency, every damn thing. Because I'm not part of them anyway. So if you say the country corrupt, the parliament corrupt, the whole system corrupt, and that's all it is. But what me as a people, easy eyes in the country, not Anjoles. Anjoles work and I need him. Right? Anytime you see a British Prime Minister elected, they have to go to the king. Anytime you see a Jamaican Prime Minister elected, is that guy have to, the Governor General have to really swear them in. Him have to be there, give them a blessing, else nothing can go on. Him can't overturn anything. Him can't stop anything. Him can, you know what I mean? He can't do, but him not doing it because they're all in it together. They're a set of ringworm, right? Because when ringworm catch people, you know, dig you out, you know. And that guy, I don't know, you know, how he get that job. And this is where I have a change. He just elected like that out of the blue without what merit. And that's why, you know, when people vote for them, we don't know, you know, but we need that in Jamaica right now. We need that. We need that to go back, because they have to really follow that trend, because they honor the British rule. And it's supposed to be the same type of parliament, but they might try to change it to suit themselves. Special Andrew Wallace. Him try to mash up everything. And the PMP keep quiet, because the reason why they keep quiet, pandemic thing, because they will do the same thing. And because, as I'm saying, what good for the goose, good for the gander. So none of them now, when you see them things that come up, I just saw it going on, them not really leak out and things like that. So you see, I just that more have to say on this, you know. People have to wise up, you know, because we want to see this. We want to see this, because this is where politics get exciting, and you can see the blow. Because right now what go on, you know, in Britain, as I'm saying, the Labour Party in Jamaica is equivalent to the Conservative Party in England who are rule right now, and them under pressure. Them will lose everything. Them get wiped out in the local election. Just like our GLP, apart from them thieving up some of the election and all kind of shit are going, but PMP win the popular vote. So the same trend are going, you know. Because, so them equivalent, the Labour Party and the Conservative ruling party are the same party. Them deal with the rich. Them is for the rich. They are capital government. So the Labour Party in England is equivalent to the PMP party in Jamaica. Them deal with that type of thing, where them more sympathetic for poor people, and then more type of left wing. In that sense, right? So they equivalent to each other. And a lot of people don't know that neither. So I try to spell it out, make them understand. So the Labour Party in England, I would name Labour Party, you know. Them not equivalent to the Labour Party in Jamaica. Different party completely. The Labour Party equivalent to the PMP party, right? And the GLP party is equivalent to the ruling Conservative Party. Same thing them do for the rich. Just like America can flip it one step further, America Party, the Democrat, is equivalent to the PMP party in Jamaica. Same type of movement, same type of thing where them deal with, right? Them is more upon that levels. You can call them left wing or whatever, I don't know what kind of wing. But the Republican Party is equivalent to the Jamaica Labour Party, who is for the rich. So you see, people have to understand them thing there. But yeah, I just that me want to say. But we need a question time in Jamaica, a Prime Minister question time, where we can see Mark Golding and Andrew Wallace go toe to toe for a certain time. Yeah. And you call it Jamaican question time, Prime Minister question time. Because them run, and England them run at the same, let me tell you something. People have to wake up, you know, and then can't get, because you know, get the justice. Don't make these people, because what them do, them break the rule, break the law, break everything. Them now try to deal with how they're supposed to deal with what's in the law book. And them get away with it. And too much, enough is enough now. So anyway, without no further ado, I'm just going to show you an England question time with Richie Sunak and Surma, when we want Labour Party leader. Right? You're gonna see the exchange and the blow where each leader chew at each other and the punch when them at chew. And you can see who down and who up. That's all me I say. Who down and who up. Clear Starmer and Richie Sunak at it. And Richie Sunak just win a landslide local election, and that make it worse. You have two people from the Conservative Party deflects and gone to Labour, right? So everything I go for Labour now. And that's what happened in Jamaica right now. It happened a little way, but it happened too slow, and because the leader, well, Mark Wallen really, him still not really punch, show him weight still, you know. Believe you me, you know. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I want to just listen this and look at this clash against these two parties and say if it's not that we want at Jamaica. One day every week, where you can get these two, the opposition leader Mark Wallen and Andrew Wallace to clash, and we see who come up. We want something like that. We want to see something like that, people. And that's all me answer. So here goes. Boom.
Between the brutal terrorist attack of Hamas and Israel defending itself. And let me be crystal clear, there is absolutely no equivalence between a terrorist coup and a democratic state. So can I ask him now, will he take this opportunity to demonstrate that Labour Party has changed? And will he condemn those comments from the Labour mayor?
Well, I know that was the last run out before the general election, but he's getting ahead of himself in asking me questions. But Mr. Speaker, I notice he didn't even attempt to answer the question. He knows the answer. Since he claimed victory 16 days ago, there have been a staggering 2,400 small boat crossings. 2,400! That's a gimmick, not a deterrent. And those 2,400 will be added to the Tories asylum perma-backlog, which is forecast to rise to 100,000 by the end of this year. Now, the Prime Minister pretends he will remove them all to Rwanda. But Rwanda can only take a few hundred a year. At that rate, the Prime Minister's grand plan would take over 300 years to remove them all. Mr. Speaker, that's tens of thousands of people with their claims going unprocessed, who are going to be here for their entire lifetime living in hotels at the taxpayers' expense. It is absurd to call that anything other than an amnesty handed to them by the Tory party, isn't it?
Well, Mr. Speaker, he had the opportunity to condemn the comments of his mayor, a mayor who said that there is an equivalence between Hamas and Israel. He did not do that, and everyone will see what that is. That is the Change Labour Party, Mr. Speaker, right there. But since I became Prime Minister, small boat crossings are down by a third. That's because we've doubled NCA funding, increased enforcement rates, closed bank accounts, deported 24,000 people, processed more claims, and, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to border control, there is a crucial difference between us. We want secure borders. He's happy with open borders.
Mr. Speaker, the whole country knows that removing less than 1% of asylum seekers isn't stopping the boats, it's granting an amnesty, a Tory amnesty. But if he thinks the voters are wrong, if he thinks his own MPs joining the Labour Party are wrong, if he thinks anyone believes any of the nonsense that he spouts, why doesn't he put it to the test and call a general election?
Mr. Speaker, he talks about removing people. This is a person who campaigned to stop the deportation of foreign national offenders, Mr. Speaker. It shows how out of touch his values are with the British people. But, Mr. Speaker, it's yet another week where we hear nothing about his plan to do anything on the issues that matter to the country. Meanwhile, we're getting on, reforming welfare and getting people into work. He opposes it. We're controlling migration, legal and illegal. He opposes it. And as we heard, Mr. Speaker, we are boosting defence spending to strengthen our country. He opposes it, and that's the difference. He snipes from the sidelines. The Conservatives are building a brighter future.
When it comes to small boat crossings, there's a lot of talk of human rights. But surely the only human right and life that matters is the life of children who are being taken across the Channel. In this respect, will the government now do the only thing that will actually be a real deterrence, and that is to arrest and detain all those who land illegally on our shores and then offshore them promptly, so that once and for all we can save lives and end this cruel and callous trade?
Well, Mr. Speaker, my right honourable friend is right that these crossings are incredibly dangerous and they risk people's lives. Just weeks ago, a 7-year-old girl died attempting the crossing, and that's why, as a matter of basic compassion, we must do everything we can to break the cycle of the criminal gangs. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, you need a deterrent. That's what the National Crime Agency say. That's how we dealt with illegal migrants from Albania, because it's only by removing people who shouldn't be here that we remove the reason for them to come in the first place. And that is how we'll control our borders. And it's clear that it's only this party that not only has a plan to stop the boats, but has a plan to stop the tragic loss of life in the Channel too.
SNP Leader Stephen Flynn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I begin by also congratulating the fantastic John Swinney on becoming Scotland's first Minister. Our opponents should be careful, very careful what they wish for. Mr. Speaker, as we await the imminent Israeli incursion into Rafah, where 1.2 million people are sheltering, including 600,000 children, it has been reported that the United States has paused an arms shipment to Israel. The UK will now follow suit, won't it?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the honourable gentleman may not realise, but the UK government doesn't itself directly provide arms or ship arms to Israel. And when it comes to the situation in Rafah, I've been very clear that we are deeply concerned about a full military incursion of Rafah, given the devastating humanitarian impact. I've made that position and point specifically to Prime Minister Netanyahu whenever we've spoken, and will continue to urge all sides to focus on the negotiations at hand, to bring about a pause in the conflict, to release hostages and get more aid in.
Stephen Flynn.
Mr. Speaker, let's be clear. The confidence that Israel has shown in its military ambitions in Rafah stems from the silence which has been shown from its allies on the front benches in this place and indeed elsewhere across the world. Now we all know that UK arms and tech is supporting Israel's activities in Gaza and will be used in any attack on Rafah. Knowing that and the devastation which is going to occur, surely the time has come to end our complicity and to halt arms sales to Israel.
Well, Mr. Speaker, of course we take our defence export responsibilities extremely seriously, and that's why we operate one of the most robust licensing control regimes anywhere in the world. We periodically review advice on Israel's commitment to international humanitarian law, and ministers always act in accordance with that advice. And that is crystal clear for the House to understand. Our position with regard to export licences following the most recent assessment is unchanged, and I know that he will join me in urging all parties to engage in the negotiations that are happening so we can see a pause in fighting, to get more aid in, hostages out, and then bring about a sustainable ceasefire to this conflict.
Martin Bickers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My constituents in rural villages and on the fringes of the Grimsby-Cleethorpes urban area are very concerned about overdevelopment. They recognise that the highway infrastructure and public services are already overloaded. Could my right honourable friend consider amending planning guidance so that local plans and decisions taken by local planning authorities are not overridden by planning inspectors? And they'd be greatly encouraged if he would agree to meet with me and my colleagues from the neighbouring Gainsborough and Grimsby constituencies to discuss this further.
My honourable friend is right that sustainable development must be at the heart of the planning system, and that's why we're committed to meeting the needs for housing by building the right homes in the right places and protecting the environmental assets that matter most. The National Planning Policy Framework is clear that we should be responsive to local circumstances. I know that the relevant local plan in my honourable friend's area is due for further consultation later this year, and that he'll engage with that process, but I will happily meet with him and colleagues to discuss his situation further.
Ed Davey.
Mr. Speaker, the abuse suffered by 88-year-old Anne King at the hands of staff in her care home was captured on a hidden camera. The footage is stomach-churning. Anne died in October 2022, and it took nearly a year before the CQC launched a criminal investigation. Now Anne's children are working to protect other care home residents from being subjected to such appalling abuse. Her son came to see me as his MP to ask for my help in their campaign.
Yes, people, that's what I'm talking about. Democracy is all about that parliament right now. I see that is the way how Jamaican parliament is supposed to be, as I'm saying, because it's linked to Jamaica, the same system, and you see how the opposition leader nail in this ruling government prime minister, which is nobody never vote for him anyway, but him just holding on as a thread, or like a little piece of thread. We're gonna bust it anyway. So, you can see the changes and things like that, and, but this is the thing what we need at Jamaica, so we can hold people accountable and really put the things to them straight and direct so people can see it. And, Jamaica Parliament is no more better. More than this slide thing and shy away thing. When they want to talk, them talk. And it's like, when they want to come and talk, them talk. And then, people ask questions and people are interrupt and things like that. Them things can't go on. Anyway, them things go on at them Parliament. The Speaker shut them up either would side him depend, because I'm independent, but them a labor or a conservative. When him reach and him dead in a that job, him have to be independent and him have to show independent, else him hold to book as well. So that I'm talk about democracy is at the heights of things, people. So can't go around that. So it's that me talk about. So we really want to see this type of style at Jamaica. Wish we're in everywhere should be happening, but it's these people, they do the things and then break the law in a way in everything Jamaica do, especially this Labour government. And then just disobedient with the constitution and them just do what they want to do with it, wipe them foot on it, angle it like a piece of dish towel when they want to. Because people can't see plain and straight. So even that in the parliament right now, what them a do, I know the right thing them a do, but what I'm saying, no better barrel or no better herring, no better barrel, because the two of them, nobody know, because I don't know why, but there's, and the same thing with fixed election too. Yeah, same thing with fixed election. Jamaica, now you see it, in a place, England, America, them a fix definitely election after run. Can't go over the time, but Jamaica now, every fucking thing in Jamaica slacky tidy. You know what I mean? When it comes to democracy. Yeah, man. It's not there. It's not there, people. It's not there. This Prime Minister come in and say, oh yeah, first thing him say I'm going to do is fix election. And what are the being thing when bong spanning? But he must do that if you go on like say he was clever. But he want, because that is it. People believe him. Everything him talk. And nothing when him talk, not really, the things when I do in the parliament right now is doing things where wasn't in his manifesto. He wasn't the campaign on them thing. They're talking about needs, talking about changing the constitution, talking about the republic, going republic, all these things. So, you know what I mean? He never talk the things that when him talk, say I'm gonna do, him just do it for election hearing, for catch the people them, and the people them bite like hot bread, right? And then when him get in, you see what this guy do? Nothing at all when him talk upon, him not deliver, right? Nothing at all. It's a shamble. So you see, we just showing a little part of how really country with these type of, real democracy, how them operate, You can't go around that. You can't have no people on the side and go out them shit. Anybody go and interrupt the parliament because what the speaker will do, shut them up right away and them have to shut up. Any side, if they not shut up, him suspend them and have to walk like a dog and shame. Him not suspend them for the day. Or if it's too bad too, them can get suspension for all a week when them unruly because the speaker powerful, and that's it. So you have to be independent. You know what I mean? You have to be independent. Not like Jamaica where you have this little Juliet crookish wallis come in for your own benefit and I go on and put on a gag people. Them are rascal turn off mic on certain people when all them thing there. That is not democracy. It's for the rascal that man. Me don't know. No. That can't be right. That could never happen in a first world country. And then people are getting with them things they're so every day. Not democracy, that at all. There's nothing about what I'm doing in Jamaica. It's having anything to do with rights, people rights, and what them supposed to do. You know what I mean? So anyway, that is that. So we kind of get a little taste of the who no people know it already, but we are showing this to mostly Jamaican people, or even other people, so them can have an understanding. So them players have to run, because you see, people can really cheer on, but them can't interrupt the Prime Minister or the opposition leader. When the opposition leader come with a soundbite and drill some hole, yeah, them can read and make a lot of noise and call out for more, and then when it's like a tsunami or erupt, you know what I mean, when not at parliament, I just say it nice, we need that at Jamaica people. Trust me, we need that at Jamaica. And, you know, there's some people at Jamaica have to fight for them things there. So anyway, out and running, out and gunning.
A big sound up here, big tune.
Jah holy Emmanuel, I, boy. Jah Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well. Gideon go busting out them head again. So much oppression poor people face right now. Them crying out for freedom. Them crying out for free speech. Then said them want to stand up like them black liberators, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther and the ancient monarchy where come pave the way, sir. Free up black people from me tear down them fence, yeah. Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon. The Gideon, I'm a Gideon, well, the Gideon go busting out them head. I listen, I the power of the Trinity. Give us the teaching of His Majesty, and we know war, no devil philosophy. Not tentacle for man's skin is of no more significant, well, to the color of his eye. Remember all the war done in 1935.
This is Sticky Stucky Sweet TV with Keith Gargan. Good, healthy food with the X Factor. So give it a like, share, subscribe, and touch up that notification bell. And that is it. Look